We are joined in the studios right now by Captain Mike Correll with the Somerset Police Department. And Captain Correll, thanks so much for taking the time to come in and talk to us a little bit today.
You're welcome, Greg. Glad to be here.
And now, as you can imagine, the main reason we're here today is to talk about the arrest of Mr. Bell. And we've been getting a lot of calls, and people would like to know, at least as much as you can divulge, the process that was entailed to bring this man to justice. You know, we know there was a crime. We know you got him. We're basically a blank page on everything in between. Is there anything that you can share with us about how that went down?
Well, I'll share what I can with you, Greg. As you know, it's an ongoing investigation. We don't want to divulge too much information that may affect the prosecution of the case, because the ultimate end game is to complete the prosecutorial process and see that Bell serves time for the crime. Basically, towards the end of last month, we took the initial report, and as a result of that initial report, Bell had come up then as a person of interest early on, and we began looking at him. We were looking for other individuals that I won't get into the details of, but basically trying to encompass anyone that could possibly have committed a crime or been in the area and have information of the crime we were talking to. And eventually we discovered that her car was gone, Miss New's car, and so we knew that we had something that out there that we could probably track, probably lead us in the direction we needed to go with our investigation. And it wasn't long until it was located in Indianapolis, Indiana. And through that process, in working with Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, we did determine that Bell was also in that area. So it doesn't take a whole lot to put two and two together at that point when you've got a person that you know has been in Somerset that you're looking for and then turns up in Indianapolis with the stolen car. He piqued our interest far more than anybody else early on as a result of that. And so we began trying our best to follow his movements. He's a transient type of individual, living in and out of homeless camps, homeless shelters, churches that would put him up, things of that nature. And through Indianapolis Metro, they actually have a division devoted to working with the homeless community. And so they had, so to speak, boots on the ground in that community, and we're getting feedback that he was definitely in the Indy area. A week or so goes on, and we start to develop leads that we believe he's probably moved south of there, and eventually confirmed that he had been in Cotton County, Tennessee, which is the Newport area, if you're familiar with that, and then started working with agencies down there and trying to locate him. Eventually determined that he was in Dandridge, Tennessee, which is the next county over. And working hand in hand with Dandridge police officers, they were able to pinpoint his whereabouts close to it's either a gas station or a truck stop type site just off I-40 in the Dandridge area. And they located him and placed him under arrest, as far as we know, without incident. And then they which we'd been in constant contact with them. We already had detectives on the way down there prior to his being placed in custody.
Now, I know that the legal process, particularly with a serious crime like this, can be a long, ongoing thing. Do we have any kind of potential, even theoretical timeline on him actually landing in jail?
Not at this point, other than to say that, yes, he is in jail.
Well,
he's
in jail,
point.
Yeah. I mean,
he's at Place County Detention Center here in Somerset, being held with no bond on the murder and robbery first warrant. And at this time, we couldn't say, and it'd be difficult to speculate on the court process. Obviously, there's more that goes into a criminal case than just filing court proceedings. We have to wait on evidence to come back from the crime lab, things of that nature that will push the case into this. This could end up being a long ordeal. Yes, the prosecutorial process of it.
Yeah, that's another question that we've been getting quite a bit. Is when will he go to trial? Potentially, it could be the death penalty or life in jail or
murder first in the state of Kentucky is a capital punishment, capital crime. It can be punished that way. There's no guarantee with any of that, but it would be far too early to comment on that, and I wouldn't be able to have much accurate information as far as that goes as well, because I'm not the prosecutor.
Yes, sir. Well, one thing I think we're all very thankful and very impressed with the police department, and this has been, a transitional year for us. So very nice to know that the Somerset Police Department is still right on top of the situations. And can you talk a little bit about how this transitional year has been going? Tell folks who might not know what big changes have happened with the police department, because there have been big changes with the police department this year.
Oh, yes. Well, towards the end of 2016 and then moving into 2017, former Chief Nelson had retired, as well as three of our captains, Captain Shannon Smith, Captain Randy Goff, and Captain Jeff Philippi. And when you lose leadership like that, that's a significant hole to fill.
It's a whole lot of experience gone.
And Chief William Hunt was named early in January, and he began putting his command staff together. While there's been several bumps in the road, we've certainly been able to get through them. And then you take into consideration major investigations like this. We've had a few for 2017, and just the transitional period. In addition to it, certainly stressed us. But we're a professional agency. I'm a little biased, obviously, but I feel like we're the best in the state. But fortunately, we're the best in the state because we work with the best in the state. It's not just our officers, but it's the Major Crimes Task Force, Pulaski County Sheriff's Office, Kentucky State Police. Not just in this crime that we discussed earlier, but in other crimes, they help us out. They work with us. And when you work together like that, that just benefits the whole community.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And again, thanks so much. And I would say that at least with the new hierarchy that's in place here with the SPD, this is probably certainly the most high-profile case that's happened in the new era, wouldn't you say? So, again, so glad that this has come to pass the way it has. And, again, thanks so much to the police department for getting this done, and in quite the timely manner, because I'll be honest with you, day 3 after the crime when he wasn't caught, I thought, this guy's in Mexico. He's long gone. I was stunned, honestly, when he showed up so close.
Yeah, we were getting a lot of good tips. Social media ended up being a resource as well in that regard. It's a lot to filter through because there's a lot of social media users out there. But on the same token, we were also receiving information through social media that helped us along the way.
Well, just for moving forward then, would you care to let people know how they can help out the Somerset Police Department with the tip line, with social media? What can people do if they have information that they think SPD might need?
The Somerset Police Department has a Facebook page. You can leave tips through the Facebook page. You can leave messages through the Facebook page. And when someone leaves a message on Facebook, it's just directly to the agency. It's not out there for the public to take a look at. So we can take a look at that message, and we can pass it on to appropriate, either whether it's our patrol division or another agency or something to that effect. More often than not, we actually get a lot of tips that are outside our jurisdiction, but we're able to get those people in touch with the proper authority. Mm-hmm. We have that. We have a tip line, 676-TIPS, TIPS. You can call that number. And there's a text tip as well. And we get several tips through the text tip line as well.
Yes, sir. Well, again, thanks so much for coming in and talking to us today. We've been talking to Captain Mike Correll with the Somerset Police Department. And Captain Correll, I just want to extend an open invitation to you, just like we used to have with Shannon Smith. Anytime you've got something you want to come in here, if you do need the public to know about it, you got an open invitation to come in here and talk to us on Somerset 106.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks a lot.